This video is going to be about my two pet rabbits. Their names are Bubba and Timber. I actually have Timber here with me. Oh, he's so cute! This video is going to be a mixture of care, diet, tips and tricks for having rabbits, maybe what to think about if you're thinking of getting a pet rabbit, etc. And so if you already have a rabbit, or if you're thinking of getting a rabbit, or if you just want to look at really cute clips of adorable little bunnies, I hope you enjoy this video because I'm really excited. Look how cute! So as I said, I have two pet rabbits. There is Bubba, who is a mini lop, and Timber, who is a lion head. Now my rabbits do live outside. I would not recommend having your rabbits live outside unless you live somewhere where there's very mild weather. I do not live where there's mild weather. I actually live in Canada, so the winters are pretty cold, but I consider myself an exception. My hutch is incredibly well built, incredibly well insulated. In the summertime, we've got ventilation in the back and the front and sides, and in the wintertime, we board it all up and wrap tarps around the outer part, and we have a whole heating system that goes in. So they're very happy rabbits. They've lived outside for 5 years now and are incredibly happy and healthy. This is the front of the hutch. You can see they've got a window there to give them some light. And then there's also the back of the hutch here where they can run around and dig and play, and they absolutely love it. Anytime they're not outside, like if I take them inside for a night when it's really cold in the winter, they cannot wait to get back in here. They love where they live. So the sides of this are chicken wire, which is metal, so it keeps all raccoons and squirrels out of this area. And underneath is actually chicken wire as well, so that they can't dig under and out, which definitely is something to think about if you live somewhere where there's lots of foxes or coyotes or anything like that. Definitely should not have your rabbits outside. The biggest problem I have is raccoons, but they are not a problem at all to the rabbits. They don't really care. So every morning I make sure to give them a nice big helping of vegetables that they can munch on for breakfast. They usually eat it within the first half hour of me giving it to them. Definitely wanting to give them mostly vegetables. Fruits are okay, but they're a bit sugary, so vegetables are best. And so that's something to think about if you are thinking of getting a rabbit, is the cost of fresh vegetables every single day. It can really add up. Their favorite things to eat are dark leafy greens like kale or romaine lettuce. Here we've got some blueberries, cucumbers, snap peas, and a green pepper. Now, this is kind of strange, but because we feed them so well and their diet consists only of hay and vegetables, their poop makes amazing soil. So what we do is all throughout the summer and the fall, we'll collect their poop and put it into our composter that we have in our backyard. And then over the winter, it decomposes, and in the springtime, we have this amazing fertilizer. And so what we've done is we've built these vegetable boxes in our backyard, and we use their decomposed poop as fertilizer, and it gives us these amazing vegetables. We grow carrots, kale, beets, onions, tomatoes, everything you can think of, and they taste so good. And so, in a way, we feed our bunnies really well, and they kind of feed us really well because they give us these delicious vegetables. So my backyard has 2 sheds, one of which is dedicated completely to the bunnies. It has all of their supplies inside. It's got their food, their litter, shavings, hay, toys, extra, water bottles. And so along with their vegetables, I like to give them a nice spoonful of pellets. And so these pellets are basically just condensed hay. Now normally you wouldn't give older rabbits the pellets because they have a tendency to make the rabbits gain weight. But because my rabbits live outside and they're constantly running around and getting tons of exercise, weight has never been a problem, and they really love them. So I've just never stopped giving them to them because it's a good thing for them to munch on throughout the day after they've finished their vegetables. Along with that, I give them hay. The brand we use is Katie All Natural Timothy Hay. And so I'll give them a nice big handful in the morning with their vegetables, and then again they'll chew that all throughout the day. And this is really good for their teeth because they can overgrow. Same with hamsters. If you have a hamster, their teeth can overgrow, and so hay is a great way to keep their teeth nice and short so they don't have any dental problems. And of course, fresh water daily. In the summertime, we give them 2 bowls of water so they're never without water. And if it's a really hot day, we'll put ice cubes in the water so that they are constantly nice and hydrated. So a fun way to make their food a bit more entertaining is by making this toy. Now, I've made tons of toys for the rabbits, and this is the only one they really actually like. Anything else I've made them, they just kind of stare at and don't really play with. This, however, they love, and I like it because it's super easy to make. So basically, if you see that you've got an empty toilet paper roll, all you do is grab it and then cut these slits all around both edges. And then what you're going to do is grab a handful of hay and stuff this in, and you can add any treats or vegetables along with it. What you do is fold in the edges so that they're contained in the hay, and then folding some out so they can grab on. What they'll do is they'll grab the edges and throw it around. Now, cardboard is actually okay for them to chew on as long as there's no ink or dye on it. Some papers are okay for them to eat, some are not, so definitely check before you give them different papers to eat. I wouldn't use newspaper sheddings in their hutch because newspaper has ink that can be bad for them. And this is what your final product looks like. Bubba in particular loves this one. Bubba's really good at throwing things, and he's really actually quite strong. If I'm puttering in the backyard and he wants to get my attention for more food or for whatever, what he'll do is grab the food bowl and throw it at the window that we have in the front to make banging noises. It's pretty crazy. That's why we had to get him this heavy water bowl, because he used to knock it over and then he'd be without water all day. So we had to get him a really heavy bowl that he wouldn't be able to lift up. So this is what the inside of their hutch looks like. They've got these shelves that they can jump up onto. In the corner, they have this little house that they can go in. And then, of course, a litter box. Now, my rabbits are very well litter trained. We can have them inside the house for hours and hours, and as long as we have the litter box out, they won't make an accident. Part of that has to do with the fact that they're both neutered. That is a huge help if you're trying to litter train your rabbit. Another way to try to get them to use the litter box is by putting food in the litter box, like hay, so that they're eating and pooping in the same place. Or, this is kind of gross, but picking out the little pellets of poop and putting it in the litter box, because rabbits do tend to go in the same place. It's just, making that place a litter box that is the challenge. And this summer they've been using their litter box as a little bed. They've been cuddling in there a lot, which is so cute. And so another way to get them outside and explore and give them some exercise is by getting a puppy pen, which is what I have here. And this is a great way to let them explore and chew on grass, which they love to do. Definitely, if you're having them out in the hot sun, make sure they have places to go and get some shade. I've got this igloo here, which they love. They've chewed the door like crazy, but it's a good place to get them some shade. I also have this cat toy, which is nice and carpeted so they can jump on top of it and also go under it to get some shade from the sun. Now, if you are going to have your rabbits inside, a puppy pen like this is a really great option for their cage. Any cage you get at a pet store like PetSmart or Petco, they're all going to be way too small. You need to have a lot of space for your rabbits. That's very, very important. So a puppy pen is a great option. There's also so many different DIY options you can find all over the internet. So if you just do your research, there are a huge number of options for having rabbits inside, different habitats you can make for them. Now, right now, my rabbits are shedding their summer coat in preparation for their winter coat. You can see it's just falling off of Bubba. The entire bottom of their cage is just covered in fur. So a great way to maintain this is by grooming them. Now, there are 2 different types of grooming brushes you can use. There's this kind, which I believe is for cats, actually. I don't love this one because I don't find that it actually gets all the fur out. I prefer the fine tooth comb, like this one. This works really well to just get the big chunks of fur out. Another way to do this is by wetting your hand and just running it over the fur. Along with that, you need to be cutting your rabbit's nails weekly. Otherwise, if they grow too long, they can curl and hurt their little toes, so you have to make sure that they're always kept nice and short. So the position I have Bubba in right now is called a trance. If you put a rabbit on its back, it'll go into the sort of trance and it'll just stay still. And this isn't actually that good for them. There's a lot of viral videos of rabbits doing this, and it's not very good for their little hearts. So definitely only do it when you need to, if you're cutting their nails or if you just need to calm them down for whatever reason, and try not to do it for extended periods of time. A way to keep your rabbit calm when you're cutting their nails is by putting a blanket or a towel over their eyes while you're doing it, because it just kind of puts them to sleep and they'll calm right down. So just to end off this video, I do want to say that if you are thinking of getting a rabbit, please, please, please consider the amount of work, time, money, and effort that goes into taking care of them. I think a lot of people think of them as easy pets when really they're the opposite. They take a lot of effort and a lot of money. A lot of people get rabbits without thinking about that, and then they end up giving them to shelters. Which brings me to my next point, which is please, 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 if you're going to get a rabbit, adopt your rabbit. There are so many amazing animals in shelters and humane societies all around the world waiting to be adopted, and so definitely if you're going to get a rabbit, please, please, please adopt. One of many bonuses to adopting a rabbit is that a lot of the time they come already spayed and neutered, which is fantastic because it really helps with litter training and just their entire behavior in general. It makes them a lot calmer and happier. I did not adopt my rabbits, which meant that I ended up having to pay like $600 to get them neutered, and so definitely that is one of many bonuses to adopting a rabbit. Also, if you're going to get a rabbit, consider getting more than one. They're very social and loving animals, and definitely having someone to keep them company is very important. And the great thing about rabbits is that if you show them love, they will show you that love right back. They love cuddles, they are the sweetest animals, they are so smart. So if you're willing to put the time and effort into having these pets, they are really, really amazing animals to have. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it even helped you learn something. If you did enjoy watching it, I'd love it if you subscribed. Yeah, thank you so much.